Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Linn Crawn Memorial Tournament at Kittatinny High School. I am Donald Brower. I will be your commentator this evening. Welcome. We're starting with the 106-pound finals. Isaac Koopa from Boonton versus Aiden Riley of Mendham. Also on the stream, if you look, we're on the stream on the other link will be the third place matchup. Isaac Koopa working here. Koopa leading here 2-0 early, but Aiden getting to his feet, trying to clear. Trying to get the one here. Falls back, but gets right in the back points here. Nice move. Got to get his two here. Nice readjustment. Riley looked like he was trying to get up. Went right to, got some back points there, and now he's got a hook. Koopa trying to get that tilt there. Post the elbow, come around with the half, but Riley fights back and gets better position, trying to get up at base and get something started here early in the first. Koopa's high on a cradle there. Releases it, realizes he's two out close to out bounds. I think we're going to get a restart here in a second. Got a restart here. End of two. End of the first period. 4-0 Isaac Koopa from Boonton. I'd like to thank everybody here in regards to Kittatinny Wrestling for bringing us out here to cover this great event. Koopa, wow, that was... I didn't get a chance to spit my plugs out before Koopa gets the reverse and gets a roll back to possibly get some back points here if he just tilts a little more. I think he's going to get him here. Maybe keep the count going. Oh, he's got it cinched in now. He's laying on that weight. He's laying on that shoulder. It's only a matter of time now. Early in the second. And he gets the pin. Your 106-pound champion at the Linn Crawn Memorial is Isaac Koopa from Boonton. They're going to be running the mats continuously. So what that means for fans who may not know of wrestling is the 106 are going on, what we're covering for the finals. The third place match is going on for 106 there. And they're going to wait till both are done before they advance to 113. So 113 is going on now. It's in the middle of the second. Before we get started with that, I want to thank a couple sponsors for bringing us here. Kittatinny Chiropractic and Wellness is a proud sponsor of the Linn Crawn Memorial Tournament and would like to wish all the wrestlers good luck. We provide chiropractic care to the community with over 81 years of combined experience and can help you feel better today. At Kittatinny Chiropractic, we got your back. LC Service. Stop in the LC Service for all your complete truck and auto repair needs. Since 1964, it's a little town. You'll always get big-time service where everyone is treated like family. LC Service. And Michael J. Lackett Construction, serving our community for over 30 years. Give him a call for any small repair. Michael J. Lackett Construction. Nelson Painting, family owned and operated for 25 years in the business. Huge supporters of Kittatinny Wrestling. Indoor, outdoor, residential, commercial painting. Everything you can with Nelson Painting. And Kramer Landscaping, serving Morris and Sussex County for all your landscaping needs. Celebrating 20 years in business this year. Kramer Landscaping. These are just some of the people who helped bring it together so we could be here covering this for you. And thank you for coming out. In addition to our regular sponsors like Harrington Companies, who have been huge sponsors. The Harrington family has been big proponents of what I do. And Dan Wernickoff, champion athletes. The man, the myth, the legend. Dan Wernickoff, champion athletes. Give him a watch. See what you can get. He is the man who will get you the best food for the best food to fuel your body. Dan Wernickoff. You're still just waiting on the 106 third place match right now. Remember, though, when you want to get a chance while you're watching us, follow us on social media. GardenStateHSWrestling.com on Facebook, at Garden State HSW on Twitter, at Garden State HS Wrestling on Instagram. You can also, as you're watching this, go to the bottom, click like and subscribe for all our content, including weekly live streams, blogs, podcasts, everything we can do. Get ready for our we're going to get ready now as we head to the 113 match, the championship here. We're going to have Ray Fonte. Ray Fonte of Mendham versus Daniel Vichet of Roxbury. The 113 bout. It should be a good matchup between these two young guys, so we'll see lots of action against each other. Fonte going out there trying to push the pace. Vichet's not one to be trifled with either, so they're both going at it. Very aggressive start by both men. But Vichet was a little high. Nice scramble there, but Fonte comes out on top. Got the nice leg in there, and now he's trying to work a tilt. See if he can get an arm there, try to do something there and get some leverage. Trying to get something going here, but Fonte's doing real well here. Looks like he has wrist control underneath there. Trying to get that elbow tilted and see if he can get around for a half, try to get him over. He's got the wrist, he's got the control. This is where he's going to get some back points here. He's got the tilt on an angle. I think he'll get at least two. See if they didn't give the two. It looked like it was he didn't get the proper 2 count. It was a break of the move. He'll try to go again here. looks like he's fighting to try to get a cradle there. He's inches away from locking in with his hands. If he could bunch him up, I think that's what he might go for here if he could push through. He's going to go for a power half here. He's got the hands locked. End of one, though. Score remains Fonte 2, Visho 0. Fonte's going to take defense to start. Nice scramble there. Fonte gets his escape, leads 3-0 here early in the second. Aggressive wrestling here by Fonte. Visha has it up on the leg, but he can't get up there, and it leaves it open for Fonte to go behind. Broke the grip, came around. 5-0 Fonte. Trying to go for the tilt. Nearly had him. Trying to work to get something here, but Visha's got the wrist control. He's trying to advance his position. Six nothing Fonte. He's got Fonte. Fonte's got Visha down here, trying to go. He's close. He's been close a couple times here with a cradle. He leads 8-0 here. Still trying to get going here. Not really a lot of action here by Visha. I get tired out, I guess, when Fonte's on you the whole match. That could happen. Trying to work the power half again, see if he can get a pin here, but he's well on his way to winning this. 9-0. Visha escapes, but again, it's going to be Ray Fonte from Mendham, your champion at 113 for Linn Crawn Memorial Tournament. We're going to head to the 120 first place match. Wyatt Boyce from Minisink Valley in New York Alex Ocasio from Randolph.
Now wrestling on mat number 1 and the championship bout, Wyatt Boyce, Winston Valley, Alex Ocasio, Randolph.
Special thanks to our sponsors again, Kittatinny Chiropractic and Wellness Center, LC Service, MJ Lacken Construction, Nelson Painting, Kramer Landscaping, Hoffman Families, and Joe. Sorry, I was getting said hello to by a coach. Didn't realize I was on the air. And Dan Wernickoff, Champion Athletes. So it happens when you come to the tournament and they kind of see you. They don't know.
Weighing down to those wrestlers at 113 pounds, so double stand, please. Wrestlers at 113 pounds, so double stand, please.
Oh my God. What's that?
You want to come up? Quick action here to start this 120 battle. A lot of fury, no results early on. I am actually joined by a special guest here for a little bit, a man, some of you who've listened to the Morris County tournament and some of the other stuff I've done, head coach Stephen Baig Mendham, who just had 2 wrestlers in the final, 1-1 in the finals so far here at the Linn Crawn. Congratulations. He's going to join me for a little bit. We'll talk about this match, calling this match. Congratulations, Coach. Talk about you guys and just the action so far here.
Well, I appreciate being back on air with you. It's been a while.
Been a while.
It's been a little too long, but that's besides the point. I think both our guys, if we're going to talk real quick, 106 Aiden Riley had a great tournament, upended the number 2 seed, went to the final against a really good wrestler from Boonton. Kid's a freshman. He's definitely going to make a statement in this year's MCT. And then Ray Fonte thought he did a really nice job in his final. Against the Roxbury kid, I think Visha's the last name.
Yes.
And, it's hard to work on top with him. I don't want to say he was stalling out, but it was hard to get him moving and stuff like that.
It seemed like he kind of locked up a little bit in the third. He wasn't really trying to get up. It was more he was more being reactive instead of he was more reactive instead of trying to innovate something. He was trying to lay there and not get taken by something. And you saw that in the third. Fonte was on him a lot.
Yeah, I mean, Rafe never let up the entire match. Really happy with his energy level. I mean, from the first whistle to the last whistle, I thought he kept wrestling the same way. There was no let up or let down. And he majored, got a major in the final, so that was nice.
Can't beat that.
No.
But looking here at this 120 bout here, we got a really good bout so far here. Wyatt Boyce of Menacing Valley, who we really don't get to see, but a kid you're probably going to have to run into a couple times, Alex Ocasio from Randolph. So, this would be a nice little test here. It looked like Boyce, when he came out, looked like he had a little more energy, but Ocasio getting cheered on by Charlie Treston over there.
Oh, is that who that is over there?
That's Charlie
wow.
Treston.
It's a long time. I haven't heard that name in a long time.
I know. Some of these people you see at these matches. I told you, I was over here. Somebody stopped me and said, "Hey, Mr. Brower," as I was in the middle of doing my announcement, didn't realize the headset or anything said, "I'm on air," but okay. I was like, yay.
No, this tournament was it was run really well. JV's obviously been done for a while. Sorry, a little pause as there's some action on the side of the mat here. But what was really cool is when I came in, this is like almost my original officiating staff.
Okay.
So they brought in Bob Malillo, who hasn't officiated since prior to COVID. Gary Zooks, who had stopped officiating year before last, I think that COVID year. And then Gary Kessel pulled all these guys out and got them back on the mat.
Oh, wow.
So it's really cool. You can hear the Menacing Valley fans are extremely excited behind us.
We picked a great spot to set up.
And they're a very talented program, very talented team. Year in and year out, they compete for the championship here. It's usually them and Kittatinny to come down to it.
I actually have a funny story about their school that involves my wife.
Menacing Valley?
Yes, this is good. It's very, very strange. Back when I first, we may have been engaged at this time, but it was her very first wrestling event she went to that I was involved with somewhat. It was, she'd go in the States and stuff, but she really didn't pay attention that year. We went to the Iron Horse tournament they had at Hanover Park, and I was there kind of covering, and he needed some help, so I jumped in announcing. I'm doing some stuff, and one of the matches, one of the groups had Anthony Cephalo, who, if I remember correctly, he might have just won the state title.
He won his freshman year.
It might have been his junior year. It was before his junior year.
Okay.
And he was wrestling a wrestler from New York in Menacing Valley. I'm hoping I'm getting the school right, but it was Kittatinny. And he was a state champ. I think up here he was very good for them. So match is going on. It's late in the third. All of a sudden, you kind of realize that Cephalo, is not going to win. He's down, I think it was like 4 or 5 with a couple seconds left. He shoots hard on the edge line, and when he comes up, they're out of bounds. So when he kind of does, he kind of shoves the kid a little bit. Nothing bad, nothing crazy. Well, we got to throw here for Casio. Got a takedown. But as we're sitting there watching it, he kind of pushes. He gets up, and as he comes in for the shot and kind of pushes the kid away, one of the parents, who I think was the coach, as one of the coaches, was on the sideline, pushes Cephalo down. All of a sudden, from the left, Mr. Cephalo comes running across the mat and tackles him into the stands. My wife is in those stands watching as these parents are brawling because their kid, somebody put the kid, and I have no fault. So the funny part about that too is my wife seeing that, and as we're doing this, I look around and I go, "Where's Mrs. Cephalo?" And one of the parents goes, "Why?" I said, "Go get Miss Cephalo." I'm from that town. Sure enough, 10 minutes later, you see Mrs. Cephalo in this big guy's face, giving him the finger, like pointing in his face, telling him where to go. And I was like, they don't mess with the young, small Italian women. Those are the crazy women in my town.
I think one of the best finals we ever did at the MCT was the Cephalo-Faro match.
Oh.
Right?
Yes.
Cephalo was down by, 1 point, edge of the match with less than 5 seconds left, headlocks him.
Yep.
That was like one of the best finals.
I also remember from the MCT we had the year where we had Metzler, Glory, and Angelo in the same bracket.
All 106 pounders.
Yeah, all 106, all one side of the bracket. But 7-4 here, late in the third for Boyce, the 120 final.
Well, Casio remains still in control on top, but it doesn't matter because the Menacing Valley kid Boyce, he's in control of the match, still up 7-4. Oh, that's a clasp. Free move. So everybody's yelling free move. So that was a clasp by LaCasio from Randolph on top, which allowed the Menacing Valley wrestler Boyce to hit any move he wanted.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because there was no consequence. If you go to your back, it doesn't really matter when it's a clasp call. So that's why they're yelling free move. So right now, Boyce cut him. So they're neutral on the idea, or not, I'm sorry, not Boyce, LaCasio cut him. And the idea is he'll probably try to throw him, but that's to no avail, it looks like.
Boyce will just hold him here. I'm assuming. It looks like he's trying to work something, but at this point you're up 11-4.
Don't do anything.
Yeah, don't do anything crazy.
You secured a win.
Don't do anything or you're going to get thrown to your back.
Right. You got a championship here at the Linn Crawn Memorial, so walk away with it.
Yeah.
Interesting fact for you, though, I don't know if you know this, but since Menacing Valley is in New York, do you know what grade Boyce is in? He's actually in 8th grade.
I was going to say, when you said that, I had to say 7th or 8th, but I wasn't sure in my head.
So, yeah, they can wrestle what they call modified, so they're allowed to have 7th and 8th graders on their team.
Oh, wow.
And both grade levels with the high school team compete here.
Wow.
Last year, the 106-pound weight class was won by a 7th grader.
Is he wrestling in it this year?
You know what? I'd have to look at the name. Could have been Boyce,
well,
for all I know.
And the 126 is Boyce's teammate, Joseph Uhrig, is going to be wrestling against hometown favorite Anthony Ferrari from Kittatinny. And again, speaking of Kittatinny, thank you so much for the following businesses for helping us come out here today. Kittatinny Chiropractic and Wellness, LC Service, Michael J. Lackett Construction, Nelson Painting, and Kramer Landscaping. Big proponents of why we're here today, in addition to the Harrington companies and in addition to them, and Dan Wernickoff from Champion Athletes, all bringing you this wrestling action today. Please use them. They support us and help us support our businesses. Please support their business. As we said, we got Joseph Uhrig, Minnesink Valley, Anthony Ferrari, Kittatinny.
Again, Anthony's a 12th grader. Not that I'm going to point this out every single match, but Uhrig is an 8th grader. 16-1 coming into this tournament.
Wow.
So you can see the depth Minnesink Valley has.
He doesn't look like an 8th grader.
Wait till we go up. Yeah, it's
they don't look like they're. You usually can tell. Like, you know, when you get those kids, you can usually tell who the younger kids are. You know.
Yeah, and I think he said he had 3 kids out sick today. So I'm sure some of these kids have filled in and are doing a very nice job for Minnesink.
Ferrari trying to push the action here. Got those long arms. Really long arms. Like he's for his size, like especially when you look at like a 126, he's longer than you think most 126 are. You know what I mean? They're usually more in the shorter range, but both of these guys seem to be pretty long.
Yeah, they're very lengthy. You know, especially Uhrig, who's an 8th grader. I mean, he's got a lot of length on him. But wow, really nice takedown by Ferrari. As he just hit a go behind.
Oh, beautiful. Had the cradle. If he could swing out, he'd float through.
He's got to rip him straight back. So he's got a nice cross-face cradle there.
He has time. He doesn't need to rush anything. Throw back. There he goes. He just got to settle in. He's using too much momentum. It's giving him a chance to roll over on his shoulder.
That's exactly it. Now if he high legs back over this way, there's only 25 seconds left. So he really needs to push the issue if he wants to get some back points here. I would stick to where he was, hop to the other side, try to go hip to hip. There he goes. And try to high leg it back over.
I think he realizes this time he's got to do something. He's doing a lot of work.
Yeah, and I wouldn't roll it through because he's going to expose himself. There it is. He's right on the cusp.
Might not have time to get a count.
Now, right there when he finally got his knee in his lower back, that would have been it.
And I'll tell you what, some great defense here by Uhrig. I don't know if you saw it. When he started getting rolled over, he grabbed that leg, like so he wouldn't have to get back points because he knew it was short time. He didn't want to give anything up cheap in those last few seconds.
No, it was really smart wrestling.
Yeah.
I thought you might have got Soltis for this commentating today.
He's been busy.
I was texting with him earlier today. I was actually texting with him.
After the new year, he said he's freeing up. He'll be back on. We'll have him. I know we were supposed to have Shaney Dunn. He's had some work issues. You know, when you start a finals at 2:30 in the afternoon on a Wednesday, most people are working, so I couldn't get James Clark off. Didn't sound
listen,
right.
As a coach and being in education, right, I really don't mind having a final start at 2:30.
Yeah. But for broadcasting privileges, it's a different story.
A little bit different. But we're also back in the practice room tomorrow morning. So.
Oh, yeah. Guys, talk about. Let me ask you while we're watching this. As he's up 3-0, Ferrari is. As a coach, with the way the holiday broke, obviously you don't get really anything Monday, and then depends on what you do Tuesday, etc. When it's a week like this where you're really not going to do anything except for another practice, what are you going to really try to stress to these guys in this short week in between everything, and then going back to school, obviously?
A lot of times we either have a quad or a dual during this week, but we opened up with two dual meets last week. Hold on one moment, because Ferrari is running a quarter Nelson, and he got a takedown off of it.
Nice.
He just started to spread Uhrig back.
He's still got that arm hooked. I mean, he has him. He's going to get back points here. If he could settle in, he might have him.
I think he does. His transitioning from a quarter Nelson to then almost putting him on his back, then transitioned right into a bar and then put him on his back.
He let it go with that far wrist. That was the problem, because then it gave Uhrig a chance to get his arm out, post, and get the leverage he needed to get back off his back.
And you see what he's doing now. He had the arm bar, and he's switched off to a back hook. And reason being is what you just said. That's how we chain it as a progression in the room. We go with that wrist first to suck it in. You lose the wrist, you cut it to a back hook. And then there's a third option, but that's here nor there at this point.
But that's what he wound up doing. He let it go, and then when you saw Uhrig bring it back, put his hand post, it wound up working against him. It's almost like a kickstand in essential, and he wound up getting out of it. But I mean, still, Ferrari's up here 8-0, heading to the third.
Yeah, I mean, wrestling obviously solid against the 1 seed. So back to the room. I mean, we opened up with our 2 dual meets last weekend where last week, Bayonne the weekend before.
Which I heard was an amazingly run tournament.
You did a very nice job.
Who? I don't know who you're talking about.
And that was the best run that tournament's ever been ran. And Ferrari quick from getting out on bottom. Uric still has his leg though, so he's in control technically for now. And he just hit him with the stall. So in the top bottom position, when you come back and you're on your feet and you're still in control, if you just hold a leg,
then try not to.
Eventually it's going to be a stall call. You have to make an attempt to return.
More like he was just making him jump and pushing him towards the edge line. That's all it seemed.
Yeah.
He wasn't making any effort there.
Nah.
Gotta free that leg.
No, Uric attempted a nice cradle there, but kind of had it locked. But at this point, Ferrari's he's too good of a wrestler to just give it up. I mean, you're up 8-0 in a match. You're not just going to get turned that easy.
Yeah, you got to be smart with that. He's trying to lock it in there. He's close. He's up high.
No, but now you can see Uric's really laying on the offense, right? Trying a variety of moves.
Trying to do something to get it going.
So, yeah, you see Uric's really trying to push the issue here with just about a minute left. He gave him the point for going out, but there was separation. I know the coach is going to argue it. He attempted a 3/4 Nelson.
He let him out and it popped out.
Yep, he rolled, came out of bounds. They're going to challenge it at the table, but I don't think the decision's really going to be changed on this one. There was clear separation.
He popped out, it went out. He turned and he went out.
And now with high school wrestling, once you could be on the edge of the mat as long as you got 2 toes in, you're good to go.
Yeah.
So one was in and one turned on being out of bounds.
And it was an offensive maneuver. His guy was trying to put him in, and he practically almost knocked him out. Wasn't like it was questionable. It was clear separation.
No, and I know the Minnesota Valley coach looks frustrated. And understandably, you're going to be as competitive as possible, especially in a tournament like this. They want to win it in the end, so every match counts for them. But at this point, you're not going to see Ferrari really do too much.
No, he wants you want to keep you obviously. He obviously wants to win. He's not going to try to. I don't think he's going to try to go anything crazy. He's going to still wrestle. He's just not going to do anything.
Not like he's got him locked to the front head now, but normally he'd be on your toes. He's on his knees, just keeping it locked, letting the clock run down.
Milk a couple seconds here or there.
Exactly. Now you're down to 32 seconds out of bounds. I don't know if the score's right though. 9-0. I thought Uric had one escape.
No, I don't think he did.
Or maybe it was called off.
Yes.
Looks like he's going to get the takedown late, but again, it might be a little too late at this point.
And it's almost like he should have wrestled this way in the first period.
Right.
It's almost like he should have been this aggressive heading,
But that's when Ferrari was really turning it on, too.
Yeah.
So it was like he took control of the match and then kind of relinquished a little bit here in the end. It's a nice attempt at a late cradle right there, but time's going to expire, so 9-2.
As you saw there, Ferrari counting down to 3-2-1. He's your champion at 126 here in the Linn Crawn 22-22 Linn Crawn Memorial Tournament.
And so anyway, real quick, back to this week. So, we did practice Monday. I gave him off Saturday, which is a rarity for Christmas Eve. And then the Friday before, we got snowed out, which I didn't think was going to happen.
Okay.
So, but I go into the rest of the week. But if you got some ads, just
no. We have. I want to just get it in because I think the match is going to be pretty quick.
Okay.
132-pound
Stanich.
championship. Luke Stanich from Roxbury, who I'm going to say right now, I think he's winning the state title. I'm putting it out there. I'm talking it into existence. Against Anthony Tresh from Minnesota Valley, the 132-pound final. So, just Stanich is.
He's an animal.
Unbelievable. Last year, you're talking about what? You saw the final 2 seconds, 3 seconds away. It was just that last second throw, he was up and. I don't know.
I know. And you see Tresh came in at 12-2, but I think, obviously Luke is just going to dominate this match.
And that's all he is. He's a takedown machine.
Yep. He's already taken him down, letting him go, and that's 12 seconds.
Do you know what I noticed about Luke? And you notice this about the really good wrestlers. Do you ever watch the little end action? And what I mean by that is, okay, something gets called by the edge line, but there's always kind of that last little push, like, hey, I almost had you, or hey, boom. The last little stuff, like just that little extra push.
Like right now, let's see.
Like when he's like, watch when they go to lock up as they're doing it, and they go and he'll go for something. If he's close, he just kind of like get off me type situation. Nothing egregious, but just that little extra like, hey, I'm here, you're done.
Yep.
You know, that type of stuff. It's like you can try your best, you can shoot your best shot. I'm gonna laugh at you, and you're gonna lose. It's got the nice wrist control. There we go.
We're at 1:10 here. You can see he had the inside wrist, put it on his back. Obviously, that got fought off by Trench, who it looks like he's going to have a tough time even on bottom.
But, yeah, I mean, anybody's going to have a tough time. I think he's going to cut him here, let him get up.
Yep, and he'll expand the lead here. I mean, it demoralizes your opponent when you do this, and then it shuts them down.
And especially so early in the final.
I mean, look, he just took him down again with these. His go-behinds
See,
are so
the little
fast.
Did you see that? The little, just
yeah,
let's go.
Get the separation. But watch, edge of the mat, sticks his toes in. Easy two.
He gets him up, he'll just say, hey, we're good.
Yeah, I just called him back to neutral with 37 seconds left, so he's feeling very confident on his feet.
It's like, I pick things up, I take them down. I pick things up, I take them down.
Oh,
That's all he does.
See a little aggression and frustration come out of Tresh. .25 seconds left in the first. Wow. That was a really nice slide by. And so Luke gets another takedown to expand the lead to 10-4 now.
He's got the wrist still, too, so it looks like he's trying to do something on the edge. He just might say, let it go and go up.
I think right now, short time, so we got less than 10 seconds left. He's just going to ride the clock out. He's just in dominant control.
He's like somebody, can I have a water? Like, he's doing well. He's just like, hey. And that's one of the things. I don't think he's going to be satisfied unless he gets back to that state final and wins it. That's his level this year, I think.
And I mean, I don't know if you know this, but I think this is the last Stanich, right?
I see. That's an interesting question, just because I know that they're related to the Reamers as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there might be one, but I don't think there's anything coming down the pipeline soon.
I mean, there's been a Stanich for
long time,
over 10 years now in Roxbury's lineup. Or maybe there was a year in between where there wasn't one. But
we got to see if maybe some of the boys who graduated, they have some kids coming in soon, the next generation. So he's trying here on the edge.
Yeah. Tresh had a shin wizard, so it just made it a little bit difficult to finish that. But they went out of bounds anyway, 11-4 match.
And you see Troy kind of put his hands up like, what am I supposed to do?
I mean, but you can see how good Minnesing's going to be. They have so many kids in the finals.
It's ridiculous.
All the way up, and you're looking at 8th graders in the finals. Even Anthony Tresh here, he's only a sophomore.
And you know what's funny? I think that has to work well for them in the future, as you were saying, because you get these 7th and 8th graders against top kids in New Jersey. You know, there's no slouches of this tournament.
And I think they have a nationally ranked kid on their team as well. But Luke just got another takedown right to his back, and that's the match. So, yeah, 13-4 when the pin happened. So, really nice match. Luke made quick work of his opponent. So, congratulations, Luke.
Luke did a good job there. We're going to wait on the 138ers and you have a state finalist in wrestling in one mat. It pretty really well. So, third place is over there handling their business. But let me thank some sponsors.
Sure.
A couple people who I want to very much thank for helping us be here today at GardenStateHSWrestling.com. In addition to Jared Clemens, these are the sponsors I want to thank. Dan Warnikoff, Champion Athletes. Thank you so much, Dan, for everything you do. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. Harrington Companies. Recycling, construction, everything. The Harrington Companies have been a big proponent of what I do for a long time. Thank you for your support. And especially some of our local ones for today especially. In addition to Renee Doling, who above and beyond with helping me out getting this set up today, I want to thank Kittatinny Chiropractic and Wellness Center, who's a proud sponsor of this tournament and would like to wish all the wrestlers good luck. They provide chiropractic care to the community for over 81 years of combined chiropractic experience and can help you feel better today. At Kittatinny Chiropractic, we got your back. LC Service. Stop in the LC Service for all your complete truck and auto repair needs. Since 1964 in a little town, you'll always get big-time service where everyone is treated like family. LC Service. Michael J. Lacken Construction. Serving our community for over 50 years. Big jobs, small jobs, any jobs, give us a call. Michael J. Lacken Construction. Kramer Landscaping, serving Morris and Sussex County for all your landscaping needs. Celebrating 20 years in business this year. Give them a call. Use them, Kramer Landscaping. And one of the big ones, and I know he's probably going to get mad at some people for us giving him the nice words, but for 25 years in business, Nelson Painting. Family owned and operated. Huge supporters of Kittatinny Wrestling. Indoor, outdoor, residential, commercial painting, and anything you need painting-wise, give Nelson Painting a call. We're in this. And also for... Also, anybody else who might be interested while you're waiting, click on the social media. Give us a shout. We love all your feedback. We love all your questions for the podcast. We love everything we're doing. Follow us on GardenStateHSWrestling.com. Tweet us at GardenStateHSW. Instagram, GardenStateHSWrestling.com. Or if you're watching us on the YouTube, right down there, that little click, like, and subscribe, hit that. Click in it. Subscribe to us. You're not only going to get notifications of matches when we do them live stream, you're going to get notifications of our weekly podcast where I go over rankings, area results, stuff like that. Bring on guests, interview people, do my highlights of the week, recaps of everything. The preview videos for every team in Morris, Sussex, Hunterdon, Passaic, and Warren counties, as well as our year-end stuff and everything. You have access to all that. Just click like and subscribe on our YouTube channel and follow us today. And if you guys are interested in us doing this and bringing this type of coverage to your school, on the left of your screen up there on the team page, or even down here, click on there. Send me an email at admin@GardenStateHSWrestling.com. We'll schedule you some time. You pick some matches. We'll come out and film it. We don't want to be somebody who covers everything. We don't want to be mediocre at covering every sport. We want to be the best at covering wrestling, and that's what GardenStateHSWrestling.com does. We're the best at covering wrestling, and I'll put my reputation and my coverage against anybody else you see in the area. And I stand by that statement. We're almost done here with the third place match. We're going to get started coming here with 138. It's going to be Zachary McKernan from Minnesink Valley. It seems like it's a trend. Versus Lucas Wells of Pequannock. I do like it, though, with Lucas Wells. On the other side of the mat, I feel great for Lucas because I didn't know if anybody could see this. If you see, there's a little boy in a blue shirt in the chair. That's somebody that, Lucas wants watching the match. Oh, I'm sorry, that's his coach. That's Coach Jay LaPaglia. I'm sorry. I got confused. I thought there was a little boy watching for the match. I'm gonna get a phone call about that.
Well, hopefully there is a little boy because Coach LaPaglia had his first child, Rudy.
Yes.
So congratulations to you and your wife, Ashley, for that.
Rudy, as he tells everybody, but the true name is Donald J. Brower, Esquire, Jr. LaPaglia. Because he did say he wanted to name his firstborn after me because I am such a great reporter. I tell him that all the time. No, it's fun. He loves it. No, he's a great guy. I love busting his chops. Here we go with the 138. Lucas Wells in the blue and white. And obviously Zachy McKiernan in the green, which, because it's Minnesink Valley's color. If you haven't been watching and realize the same colors, I don't know what to tell you. You might be colorblind.
Yeah, they've had a finalist so far in every single weight class.
And they get the takedown here early in this one.
And Lucas is having a really good year. Obviously, you were at the Bayonne tournament as well, so you saw that he won that tournament. He came here, knocked off the second seed from Kittatinny and Chris Casal, who's a senior. So he made his way to the finals pretty handily, but he's going to have his hands full in the finals right now.
Yeah, it's a tough kid. He almost got his hands full here as he's.
Oh, he's locked up. It looks like a coach's cradle, but Lucas is fighting. So
Lucas is a fighter. Lucas has heart. He's not going to quit on you.
No, and a coach's cradle is really tight, and that's not a position you want to be in. So right now it looks like he switched off to a near side cradle. He's buried his head in the ribs, and he's just trying to drive him straight over top. However, he's in a little funky position there as Lucas got back to his base. Oh, wow.
Oh.
That's impressive. but they're out of bounds completely.
They gave him the 3, but
Gave him 3 backs on that. Yeah.
I guess when he kicked off it, wow.
I thought they were completely out of bounds. And I know where there's,
I know the angle from here, but yeah, I agree 100%. I know there's
college
leeway.
out of bounds, rules, but it looked like they were like out of bounds.
There's one thing I've noticed, and there's and this is nothing against. Obviously, people have different ways, and it's just how people are. Same with baseball, strike zone stuff. There seems to be no consistency on how stuff's called. You have other guys who are almost all the way out. You have other guys who just sniff the line. Done. And I'm like, okay. Like, it changes how you wrestle, I feel.
Oh, it definitely does. Expanding the out-of-bounds rule, I think, was the best thing that high school wrestling did.
Oh, I agree.
Definitely
but they got to call it consistently.
Right. And, most officials do. There is actual rules to that. I think it's actually easier on a mat like this where it's blue-white. So you know where the toes, you're either in or you're out. Where there's, if you look at the other mat where there's a white circle around it, was at about a 2-inch line that goes around it, becomes a little bit more difficult.
You don't know because there's that blur.
Right. But in that position over there, they were clearly, in my mind, both out of bounds. And he ended up blowing him out of bounds, but gave him the set of 3 on the back. So Lucas the first, and McKiernan chooses bottom for Menacing Valley.
And I don't think, if I remember correctly, I don't think Wells is the only Pequannock wrestler in the finals for LaPaglia.
No, Dolan is.
I'm sure he's got Dolan.
Dolan's in the finals. Yeah, you weren't here, but the Petrosky-Dolan match was pretty good.
Was it?
Yeah, it started out really hot. Petrosky taking Dolan down, I think, and then Dolan reversing him, and then in the end, Dolan just dominated. Petrosky kind of burned out. He's at 75 now, but I think if he cuts down the 165-pound weight class, Petrosky's going to, I think that would be a much better fit for him. And I definitely see him qualifying for Atlantic City, regardless of what weight class. I just think he'd go a little bit farther at 65.
Yeah.
Especially, in our county, too, right? He just lost to Dolan, so it's going to be difficult to win a county, and then you got to add Del Barton into that mix.
It depends on where you wind up going, because you remember at the counties, you may have a chance, depending, because obviously with Del Barton, we talked about this in the preview video a little bit, that Simon Ruiz is injured. I'm not sure he's cleared back yet, but he's in that 165 range. So they have Henry Forte. They can move some people around. It's tough.
But Henry Forte is a starter regardless for them, right, this year?
I think he's on the edge. Like, he's very good for them. I think he's going to fill in if they have any cracks. Like, if they could get certain guys at certain weights. I know that's what I was told. Like, they have the setup with that. So he should be. You come come off the bench and you win a title in Morris County, you should be starting next year no matter what. But I know they have some hammers on that team.
Oh, they do. A little shout out to my friend's son, though, Trevor Jones. My friend Mike Jones and Allison Jones' son. He started at 132 for them. Finished second in the Super 32s. And when I talked to Stoll, he's like, it's not a guarantee he starts for us. So the depth that they have is pretty unbelievable. I mean, we can talk about the Montville match where it didn't look like they had the depth that they normally do. But
that Montville match too, and not to go on a tangent, I talked a little bit about it on my podcast. I used to work. This is embarrassing as a reporter. I used to work for NJ.com. That clickbait trash they were trying to pass off to get people to subscribe. Oh, Montville beat Del Barton. No, they didn't.
It said Montville. It wasn't just that. It said Montville beat Del Barton, which was right, but there was something.
Like, no, really.
Yeah, like, no, this is for real.
This is for real. Yeah. And then you click on it and you find, and it's funny because, full disclosure, I didn't realize they had changed their schedule. I knew they had to move the match because of stuff going on. And I was doing some stuff on track and I'm updating some scores. And I see that pop on and I go, huh? And I was just like confused. I'm like, wait a minute. So I clicked on it thinking, oh, they had their JV match and somebody put the wrong stuff in. And I'm looking and I go, nah, that can't be right. So then when it was reported, and then I'm like, no. And it was like they're out in, Oklahoma. They brought all their good, I'm not going to say good, but you know what I'm saying, their top flight guys out to Oklahoma.
But they didn't bring a skeleton crew out there. They brought their top guys, and then they brought some backups as well.
Yeah. So they brought, they brought couldn't break the lineup and stuff like that.
But I wonder what's going to happen because, so that happened. So in our conference, this happened to me 3 times already.
They'll destroy your PowerPoints.
Yeah, well, typically, Stoll calls me up. The Matrix is made. They have a conflict, and him and I, we've readjusted our matches the last couple years. It does get a little frustrating. I mean, we're definitely not at the level of a lot of what our conference matches are. But this year, I also got, and I think it was last year as well, Smythe contacts me from Mount Olive. We need to move our match because they're going to, Escape the Rock, I believe it is, next weekend. So now we've got to reschedule them, move them. Now Stoll contacts me. He wants to move his match because they're going down to Virginia next weekend. And he thought it was just Saturday. Now realizes it's actually going to be Friday, Saturday. So we couldn't find out a date, and I'm like, I'm not going back-to-back Mount Olive and you guys.
Yeah.
It's demoralizing for my...
Why don't you just do it right before counties? Just do right.
So we've had to move our conference matches, a few of them already. We also got a call from Pope John. I had to move our Pope John match because they had a conflict and wanted to go to an elite tournament.
No conflict here as Zachary McKernan takes the title here at 138.
Yeah, so
7-2.
So it's just a little bit of frustration. Like, if you're wrestling our conference match, the ADs go out and make a matrix. And I know sometimes you have to adjust. I get it. When we had better teams, we were in the Sam Cali tournament and things like that. But now it's our elite of our conferences switching out on us, which is okay. And I can understand why they want to wrestle that level of competition. But how much do you actually value our conference and a conference title if you're not able to play out lineups because you're going through these elite tournaments?
No, that's completely understandable. We're waiting here as we're going to start here the 144 match between, wow, shocker, Luke Grenier, Minisink Valley, and Andrew Konelsky from Kittatinny. I think this might break the streak next round when we don't have a Minisink wrestler in the final.
No, and if you look at it, this Griner, he's only a junior, but he's had 2 other brothers, I believe, that have come through here and won this tournament several times. Mm-hmm. So he comes from a long history or legacy of Griners wrestling for Minisink Valley. Obviously, the 1 seed, and then big match for Andrew from Kittatinny. They're going to need some wins here to at least secure second in the tournament.
Because I'm pretty sure Minisink Valley has
pretty much they've run away with the tournament right now. So.
Takedown by Griner.
So that mutes me out. Oh, that would have been nice when I was. So, and I want to go back to what I said before, is I'm not bashing any of the teams in our conference. We just have such elite teams in there.
Yeah, you're getting pulled everywhere else. You're getting big matches everywhere. And you understand it, especially you, a couple years ago with how good your team was. The elite teams want to wrestle the other elite teams, so you understand it. But you have conference obligations to fulfill. Like, I think everybody talked. The one thing I saw online, which I thought was hilarious, was how many people said, "Oh, this is going to derail Del Barton from winning the state title." What?
No. Because it's probably not going to matter what seed. But I was also told, and again, I was told this, that Del Barton really doesn't care about their conference matches. They want to be number 1 in the country. That's what they care about. So they're going to be going to these tournaments. And if they have to do what they did against Montville, they'll do it again. It's understandable.
I mean,
to a degree, though. So then you have to start to ask, is it worth being in the same conference?
Exactly.
That's a conversation I was having with my athletic directors. If you don't care about the conference, I understand. Listen, if I had a chance to be number 1 in the country, that would be my goal for my program as well. But to turn around and kind of say the conference matches, to hell with them, then why even bother wrestling them?
Exactly. A lot of people, get that debate going with everything like, oh, what should they do? How should they do? Should they be more like Blair? No, they're still a public school. Like, that's the thing. Like, people.
Well, they're private.
No, but you don't. But you know what I mean. Like,
but they're wrestling in the NJSIAA.
They're wrestling in the. They're not like a Blair where they're not governed. They're involved in stuff here. I mean, as far as public. I know they're private, but you know what I'm saying. Like, they're doing what was involved. But if they don't want to do it, they don't. That's their choice. How they want to.
But the way I look at it too is like, look at some of the kids that wrestled the BCDs. They're getting 6, 7, 8 matches. Well, if you wrestle these tournaments where you get 7 matches, that's 21 matches.
Yeah.
In 3 tournaments.
Yeah.
Well, you wrestle the county tournament and get 4. You're at 25. You have 5 dual matches that you could wrestle before you hit your 30-match limit. That's not a lot.
And
And if they want to go to Doc Buchanan and things like that, you're not going to have your full lineup for any of your varsity matches.
And I know that if
At least conference-wise.
unless they've changed it, we'll see who they send down for the Jack Welsh duels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those are some good ones. You're going to get at least 4 or 5 there.
And their level of competition at those matches far exceed the competition that they're getting, unfortunately, right now against Mendham, Montville, Morris Hills.
I mean, they'll battle men all, but there's still a level. You know what I mean? There's still a little bit of a gap there, too. I mean,
But there's a huge gap between those 3 teams I just named.
no, but I mean,
And
like
then-
Mount Olive and Del Barton, they'll still get a quality match. Mount Olive, I don't know, has the firepower up and down to beat them, but still.
No, but again, ranked top 10 in the state and deservingly so.
Oh, of course.
Smythe's done a great job with the program. I know they lost some kids to graduation, but we're about to see what they're bringing in, too.
Four nothing here. Griner on top.
See, now that's the way you slap for a cross-face cradle. And if you don't get that, then a lot of times they'll transition to what the people call a twister, right? Or a whirly bird, barbed wire. I call it a straight jacket. But there's a bunch of different names for it. But, yeah, I mean, once you get a solid cross-face and you can trap that far tricep, you're in very good shape.
I'll tell you what, though, Konutsky's still fighting. I mean, he's down 4-0. He ain't giving up. His home gym's firing up a little bit. Going to start neutral here in the third.
Yeah, even this year, people said, well, Pope John's a little down in our conference. I look at it, I'm like, they don't look so down to me. I think they still have a shot at winning another group title like last year.
Yeah.
And same with Mount Olive. I think they at least win the section, no doubt win the section, and probably compete for another group final.
Pope John won't win a group title this year.
You don't think so?
They got moved up to A.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
By
never
3
mind.
kids.
No kidding.
By 3 kids. I was talking to the coach about it when I was doing it. He said by 3 kids, they got moved up to A.
So that means they're with Dell and with Bergen Catholic.
Yep.
And there's no consolation prizes for that. So
Nope.
All right, so we're about halfway through the third period. Griner up 6-0. Just wrestling solid, nothing fancy, just hitting straight up moves. Nice breakdown where he's got a solid tight waist. He's controlling the hips and not allowing his opponent to really move or get up to a base. And there's that crossface to the far tricep again. Yep. It's patented. You'll see Menacing Valley kids hit that a lot.
That's like what they train the kids in. It's like
Westmore's the same way. Westmore's very good. Crossface cradle, trap that far tricep.
I got to see West Morris yesterday when I was at the John Gold's tournament. Great showing by them, too. And exactly what you're saying. Certain schools, when you watch their matches, you always see certain moves hit. You just know it's like, boom, clockwork.
And they're talented this year, too.
Very solid.
They got dropped the division. That was the one thing I said. I'm like, nothing against my team. I love my team. I love the kids. But we only had a District 3rd returning back.
Yeah.
Montville only had Monaco returning back, who didn't qualify for the states this past year, but is a state quality kid, obviously.
And then they have Templeton, but I know
and Templeton. And Templeton's well improved.
Yes.
But besides that, that's all we have. They have. And then you look at West Morris, and they got dropped.
Yeah.
And you got Brendan Dean, who's going to be a state qualifier. Campanera, who's 2-time state qualifier at this point. Frayne, who's a state qualifier.
They got
at 215. Borgia's son,
Tommy Borgia,
is probably going to place in the state, if not be in a final this year.
And they got some really good wrestlers.
Hare's a good wrestler.
That's one of those teams.
Boutard's a good wrestler.
Yeah,
I can name almost our whole lineup is pretty solid. So I got a feeling they dropped down a league, and they're coming right back up.
8-1 Griner with the win here. He is your champion at 144.
I'm telling you, though, it's gonna you're drastically gonna drop it down.
But the one thing I like about with West Morris too is
what's John Gill talking about? You think? Looks a little heated on the mat.
I think it is. I think he's argued about something.
We got the place winners at 144 pounds. Please report to another
I always like when John gets into it a little bit.
When he comes out, like you can see, like you're ready to go.
Yeah, he gets a little hot.
He's ready to go.
And he knows what he's talking about, so.
Well, like I was saying, finish up the West Morris. I've always talked about them, and I actually got a couple. When I did my predictions this year, I predicted them to win the national division. And I had a couple people reach out to me via text message, and they're like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I'm like, this is a team that was hanging with great squads, and they had nobody in the upper weights. They had holes. They were giving up 18 points. They're filling a lineup. What makes you think they're not going to be that good now?
There's not so many holes anymore.
Yeah, like they're, what? So that's a team I've told people. I think that's one of my sleepers to watch about, making a run somewhere, because now that they're solid and they're clicking, I think it's a good shot for them. But
I think they got a shot at definitely being in a state sectional title, if not winning a state sectional. Definitely has a shot at winning a sectional title.
Exactly. As we start the 150-year first place match, Reese Smith from Kittatinny versus Weston Edelman from Roxbury. Quick takedown by Reese Smith.
Oh,
there, got the tag. I think he might stack him up if he can. He has him in a bad position.
Now he had a really nice half with an inside wrist, but instead of running it like around and over, they stack it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like
it's a different version of it, yeah.
Yeah, it's just running in the half over, bringing them over top versus running it around the side or breaking them and Mills riding.
You know what? Credit to Reese Edelman there, or Weston Edelman there. He gets stacked right in the head, and a lot of times somebody could just cave and give up. He fought, got up, and especially in the beginning of the match, you're trying to think of what you could do in those first, few seconds. You're down, you're almost on your back. I'm sure that's discombobulating to a lot of people.
Yeah, and I think also Wes is a much improved wrestler.
Yes.
Senior year, he's kind of come into his own now, second seed coming into the tournament, living up to his place, so at least minimum his place, making it to the finals. It's only a 2-1 match, and we're a little more than halfway through the first period.
But how many times have you seen that? Somebody gets something happens like that, and it's boom, it's over quick. You don't know what happens. Blink of an eye. It's like it's that first punch when you walk in and in a boxing match, you just hit the guy right in the face. Mike Tyson.
I was going to say Tyson.
Boom, boom, like just out. Like or you see one of those.
It's how hard you hit too.
Yeah, it's like one of those things. Like all of a sudden you just walk in, you got the best. Somebody said it best. Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face, and he got punched in the face. He rolled off his back. That's all you can ask for as a coach.
Yeah, he didn't stop moving.
No,
and I
kept
mean
going.
That's key, because the position he was in, he could have easily been done for.
Especially one of those, you don't know if you're with the position. You got to keep moving. That second that hits, boom, you're done. 2-1 here, 15 seconds left in the first.
Ooh, nice double leg takedown by Reese.
As I say that. I always think I got to pause.
Yeah, he was running a Russian, and then moved it.
So I got to pause.
Set it up.
4-1 here at the end of one. The funniest is up next, just kind of peeking ahead, there's somebody wrestling for Kittatinny. I interviewed him this year. It's funny because you ever have somebody, and I love his family, love this kid. He's a great wrestler. Did you ever talk to somebody and not expect the voice you hear? That's Bryce Kosfeld. Because you talk to him, and he's a nice kid, but as he starts to talk to you, he has that like low Barry Manilow type, like when he talks to you, and it throws you, like when he has a deep, like with the voice. It just threw me for, and I was like, whoa. I was like, I didn't expect it. It's just funny.
And still, Wes Edelman's keeping it a tight match. So here, wrestling on the side of the mat in a 4-1 bout, and Reese just steps out from Kittatinny. And they'll remain in neutral with 1:13 seconds left in the second period. I'm sorry, I thought it was a 4-2 match. So Mr. Frank Leitner did put up the other point for the escape. So even though a lot of action happened in the first period and you saw Wes go to his back and fight off and whatnot, it's only a 4-2 match in neutral. Just hit a really nice outside single. He's kind of rolled through with it. He could get the takedown here if he sticks. But he lost the grip on the leg.
He stopped moving for a little bit, and then Smith has just been able to readjust.
That's all it takes. To a split second of not moving allows your opponent to readjust and put you in a bad position, or can put you in a bad position. He's got it. West's extended now. He's really got to get a base underneath him, or
And gets
he's
it
going to
too.
lose the
Yeah.
takedown.
You just see that. It's like, it's funny because everybody, I always hear, oh, how did you know? You could kind of tell like how stuff's going to unfold. You watch it so much, and then you just see like, oh, that's not good. He's in a bad position. Boom, boom, boom. It all comes together.
So still, we got 10 seconds left in the second period, 6-3 bout, so it's still pretty tight. And it actually looks like Reese is having a tough time controlling West in the referee's position. So West just has to start improving on his feet right now. If he could take him down, it's going to be a tight match.
I think so. Like I said, if you were to look at this and watch this without any sound and not know what's going on, you would think that right now Reese is dominating it and Weston's out of it completely. And it's not that way by the score. They're both right there.
No, I think there's a little bit of an advantage right now with Reese taking bottom, just because that's going to give him another point
The
to
extra
expand.
point.
Yeah, the extra point most likely if he can get out and escape, or it looks like he's going to reverse him here. So now really expanding the lead to 8-3. I mean,
Now it kind of pushes it to that level.
Yeah, it doesn't finalize the match, but it does make it a lot more difficult.
And now if he wants to let him up, he could cut him. He doesn't have to worry about it
Cut him.
shooting,
Or any type of feet to back right now.
Yeah.
So
Talking about Frank Leitner, he was up at the John Goals yesterday. I feel like he's been stalking my life. He was there yesterday. He's going to be here today. If he shows up at Mount Olive when we're covering Warren Hills at Mount Olive this Friday night, live on the website, I'm going to have a conversation. I might have to get a restraining order. No, I'm kidding. Frank's great.
he could. Now, Frank was actually the state president of all officials last wrestling season. I don't know if he still holds that title this year, but last year he definitely did. I'm a talented official. He's done state finals before.
And did my All-Star match the last year before COVID.
So you finally brought some talent into your All-Star match.
Well, I mean, I've always been there. We're going to see what happens this year with everything, too. Quick escape there. He let him up pretty much. Didn't want to get. What's the point of trying to get tied up with him at this point?
No, now he's just – we got less than a minute left in the third period. He's just wrestling a smart match at this point, referring to Reese Smith. Shoots in, solid double. He's going to take him down. Almost got a set of backs there. It looked like Frank had just a one count, though. And with 30 seconds left, this is pretty much going to solidify the match. Oh.
Oh, he hit him. I thought he might have got back. I thought I saw the hand, but maybe
I thought he
wrong.
was going to get the fall just by the way he turned on that.
Yeah.
And he got the takedown, so he gave up a lot. Closed the gap of the match here at the end at 12-8, which
But it's a little bit too late.
it's too late, but it looks pretty impressive.
That's not him.
Oh, he let him go with.
He heard the
reacted
whistle.
to the other
Yeah.
buzzer.
Your champion at 150, Reese Smith, Kittatinny. Our 157 match, as John Gill is still heated. He is just whatever he's saying with his hands when he's talking, you can see was upset about something. But we had the 157. It's Bryce Coesfeld, Kittatinny versus James DeCanto from North Warren. DeCanto here with Coesfeld.
And again, now we're seeing a slew of Kittatinny wrestlers coming into the finals, which we saw with Menacing Valley in the beginning. I think Menacing Valley is running away with it. I haven't actually seen or heard the two teams score yet. So any wins that Kittatinny are going to get, obviously, will close that gap, and hopefully, for Kittatinny, get to the top of the podium this year to be the #1 team in their tournament.
Yeah, they should. They have a couple kids, like I said, Menacing Valley wrapped it up. It's good to see North Warren get some representation. I know teams been down a little bit with some numbers, getting everything going. It's actually good to see a lot of some of these teams in here. Like the thing that shocked me is I didn't realize this. I just happened to look across and see across the map. But Belvedere, do you know they only have 350 kids in their entire school?
Yeah, I was talking to Coach McIntyre about that when we wrestled him last week. Enough to where there is talk that they can combine North Warren and Belvedere.
Wow.
There's only one other school that's smaller than them in the state of New Jersey. Want to guess?
Don't tell me. I mean, give me one hint. Is it north or south?
North. Way North Jersey. One more. Hudson County.
Oh. Wow. That can't be. I don't want to even guess.
It's not
one.
Hoboken. Weehawken.
Wow. I was gonna. That was kind of one of the ones bouncing my head. I thought maybe they were a little low. Wow.
That's it. So their enrollment's going down. I mean, it would be a shame because they've had throughout the years. I mean, when I remember wrestling in high school and even before high school, the talent that came out of Belvedere, Tressler, right, was one of their big wrestlers. So they've always had talent, and they still do in their lineup now.
You know what shocked me about that, though? You're saying North Warren. I think geographically, for the most part, some of those kids, especially where they are, I think they'd be closer at Warren Hills or Petersburg.
I think Coach was saying something about it would hurt the Hope kids. Does Hope go to Belvedere, or maybe that wasn't the school I was thinking of?
Hope does go to Belvedere.
Then maybe it was the Hope kids would have to go somewhere else.
I don't know. If they split, I would be shocked because Hope. So when you come for, I know we're going to yabber for everybody else. It's 2-1 here in the second. Hope is right when you come off the exit there. When you go in to North Warren, Hope is the town right there on Route 80. So it's right there. So
that's an easy one for them to go in.
Yeah, it's not too far.
But again, is North Warren being a Group 1 school, but going to be able to hold? They're not going to be able to take all of Belvedere in.
I know.
I would think. I could be wrong.
And I'm just thinking the distance. It's not like we're not talking about you're closing Morris Hills and you're sending everybody to Morris Knolls. Like that's right there. Right. This is 15, 20-minute difference. So, but back to the action. We've done enough of our politicking on the state of wrestling.
No, and you know what? North Warren is also very well coached too. Kellen Bradley's been coaching their team for a long time. And he brought back longtime head coach Chris Jones with him. Jones was an excellent coach for North Warren. So it's good to see them back there. Kellen wrestled. I'm almost 100% positive for Kittatinny.
He did.
So
the one thing I love too is the interaction between Bradley and Jones. And the fun part is Jones, great guy to talk to. He doesn't really like the camera. And Jones loves the camera, so when I interview Bradley, Jones likes to make fun and do stuff in the background and, crack Bradley up. And so it's a nice little dynamic there. But 2-1 still here, halfway through the second period.
Yeah, both wrestlers are 11th graders, so we'll be seeing them back again next year.
Got that ankle trying to readjust his position, see if he can get up a little bit and elevate.
Yeah, he hit a really nice low signal. He's trying to come out the back door. So he's probably going to stand up, turn in. Wow, nice funk roll. So that was a standing front roll by James DeQuento.
James DeQuento.
He's calling for injury timeout.
Calling for injury here. I think it might have been the shoulder. Arm might have been a little bit.
I hope not. I mean, he hit that standing funk roll and he came down through that.
It's his bad shoulder. The foot was in there, so we're not sure if that might be something. You have to see.
It looked like the
if you get a chance,
indicating a 2-2 match, but I don't think so.
If you get a chance, head over to all our socials. GardenStateHSWrestling.com on Facebook, at Garden State HSW on Twitter, at Garden State HS Wrestling on Instagram. Our website, GardenStateHSWrestling.com. On here where it says YouTube, like and subscribe. Click on the like and subscribe. Get access to our weekly podcast, all of our matches we do coverage-wise, all our little content we do throughout the year, our year-end awards, my live match results, everything I do with my interviews. Check us out on GardenStateHSWrestling.com.
Now this is interesting. I think earlier in an earlier match, he also hurt his shoulder. So hopefully there's not too much damage done with it. He's obviously got the sully sleeve on. You know, you're just wondering, is it worth in an opening tournament like this, if he does hurt it again, is it worth continuing on? It is a tight 2-2 match right now in the start of the second period. You know, nobody wants to just medical forfeit out for a match, but you also got to consider there's a long season to go here. So interesting right now, it looks like DeQuinto is running it looks like a Blair ride, so opposite side half with that inside Blair ride.
Okay.
Solid, but you got to do something with it.
I'm more of a 2D person. That's an old reference, people. I told you I have old references. Nice little. Oh, I thought he had it.
Yeah, it was a good little scramble back to their feet, so now it's just a 3-2 match.
I'll tell you what, we talked about moving. DeQuinto kept moving. I thought he was on his butt there, and Coesfeld was going forward. Both seemed to stop, and DeQuinto jumped up.
So they're in an over-under position here. You know, a lot of times this is a position where somebody will throw a body lock, but both of them, they're kind of pummeled out there.
See, like we said, that was interesting because half of a wrestler was out. They called the stop. Other time, you know what I mean? Like that's
and
what
I'm
I'm saying.
wondering if it was close to their bench because now
Maybe that
it's so
been
piled up with a lot of people there that.
And the North Warren kids are right there.
Yeah, and you don't want them getting run over, him getting hurt by running into him. So
I don't mind like that with fans, but like they got to kind of clear the mat edge there. I don't know why that's.
Normally they do so that you can wrestle out of bounds.
Because what happens if they run straight over there? They're going to hit those kids right on the edge of the mat.
Yeah, same thing. It's interesting. DeQuinto, he keeps funk rolling through, but this time when he funked through, he put himself into a cradle position because he stayed kind of balled up while he was on that ankle.
And then Coesfeld just kind of came through. And he's got the two. He doesn't have to do anything. He just slowly sit there. You're good.
Now, but third period now, yeah, you really don't have to do anything.
No reason to force it.
No, he locked a low leg cradle on him. He just let go of it. Time's expired. That's a nice 5-2 win.
And your winner, Bryce Coesfeld from Kittatinny, 157 champion. Now we head to the 165 championship. Ethan Darling from Kittatinny and Nicholas Laciatello from Pompton Lakes.
So interesting, Ethan's father, I believe, was a 1991 graduate from Kittatinny High.
Yep.
So a little bit of legacy here with him as well. Only a 10th grader, had a really nice season last year as a freshman. And then Nick Laciatello is a Pompton Lakes kid. That's my alma mater, where I live now, so a little shout out to them and their family.
Shout out to the Doling family for helping me get everything set up for this live stream. I'll tell you right now, fans, if it wasn't for Renee Doling, we would not be able to do this right now at the level we're doing it. So it's a big thank you to Renee Doling for all she did in a 24 to 48 hour period. And when I say I'm impressed with somebody being able to pull something together, that means a lot. You know I don't BS with people. I'm very impressed with what she was able to pull together. I am almost stunned when I told my wife. My wife usually kind of gives me that, oh, ha, 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 like, you know, she doesn't pay attention. When I explained to her what happened, she was like, mouth open, agape. I was like, yep, she helped out. So thank you. As we see the boys here wrestling. Two quality kids, too, because talked about with Laciatello, leads that Pompton Lakes team. Young kid, you know, but the leader for that squad. And they got a solid squad. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they made some noise in their, you know, section. You know, I don't know if they'd advance, how far they'd go, and as far as winning a state title. But you know, they're one of those teams. I know that's one of their goals, and that's what they'd like to, you know, have on the plate in the future and have for the program. They want to get something that, you know, would solidify what they're doing there, especially for Coach Mahoney, who's been there forever.
Yeah, Coach's been there for a long time. My senior year is when he took over as a head coach. So I had his father prior to as a head coach, and then big shout out to Pete Monteverdi, who is the head coach my freshman and sophomore year. He's a longtime head coach at Pompton Lakes. I'm very successful, but Scott's the first one, Mahoney, to ever bring the team to a state sectional title. a bunch of years ago. It was against Cedar Grove. So yeah, I mean, Scott's done a great job with the program. Had his 400th win last year.
I just see Dolan here working, trying to pull him in to finish this.
Yeah, Lascatello's just keep fighting. Finally, just gave up with 10 seconds left. Gave up the 2.
Didn't have the Arumi, who backed him up a little bit and pulled him back in and just sat back with the 2. He's going to go into the second, winning 2-0. See what he chooses here.
So the long, I was saying earlier too, it was a long stretch where we had Menacing Valley for the first 5-6 matches, finals.
I would say
now
till about 1:45, and then I think they. Oh no! Don't talk too soon.
I know, but now we're streaking with Kittatinny for the last 4 or 5 in there. So I'm really interested to see what the team score is going to be in the end here, because I think Kittatinny, if they weren't winning against Menacing Valley, is definitely going to close that gap.
Yeah.
All right, so Nick gets back to his feet, making it a 2-1 match. Good. He just doesn't want to get caught in that tie-up. As you can see, Dowling, he's got length on him, and so Nick's trying to close the gap, but Ethan's keeping a nice job of keeping him arm's lengths away until he gets in on that tie.
You know what I think he likes to do, and I've seen him do this, and he obviously doesn't want to have that happen, but I think the length of his arms, what he likes to do, and I've seen him set this up in different situations. He'll try to work his hand fight a little bit as he gets takedown there. Nice counter what he did, but I've noticed him try to use his hand fighting to kind of distract and kind of put a guy in a more of a straight up stance, and he's got those long arms where he can reach with the other arm for an ankle pick and then go with the single. Like he has that side where he tries to set it up. That's
Well, the other thing is now Nick Lascatello obviously trying to get a takedown, but when he's keeping such distance, he's shooting too far away. So you kind of dictate and see where his shot's going to go. It's easily defended that way. You have to find a way to get tighter inside, either use an underhook, get in on a Russian, or just be closer in on an inside tie.
He might have humped and hooked there.
Shoot. Yeah, you can't shoot from that far away.
Probably won't get. He's not going to get the pin here just because of how, unless he repositioned, but nope.
Time's going to run out anyway. He just wasn't in good position to pin him there anyway.
He got the points, but I think he won it, but he wasn't going to be able to get the pin there. Lascitello over here gets up. I'm sorry, Dowling. According to score, wait a minute. No, Dowling took defense and scored and got up.
8-1, yeah.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought Lascitello had started on the bottom. 8-1 Dowling.
Now, Ponta's got some talent in their lineup too, but you can see
and
this is their
is
first,
one of them.
Yeah, and this is their first finalist.
Yeah.
So it shows also the depth and talent that's in this tournament as well. Yeah, right there, he's trying to fight off the single leg, keeping the whizzer in, but eventually Dowling just limped on him out and scored another takedown, making it a 10-1 match.
It's interesting because when I saw Lascitello start, I thought he'd be a little more aggressive. I don't know. I don't know why he seemed a little tentative, but still, I mean, he's wrestling a really good kid.
Right.
I mean, it's not like he's wrestling a slouch and you're wondering what's going on.
Yeah, and you probably know better than I, but I think Dowling, as a freshman last year, did he qualify for Atlantic City for the state tournament? I think he was close. I don't know if he qualified.
I think he was close, and I know he had a brother who.
Maybe I'm thinking of his brother.
It was a brother. I think it was a Stephen Dowling.
I think you're correct. Yes, and he definitely qualified for Atlantic City.
And my All-Star match, too.
I told you know more than I would. And I also believe, speaking of brothers, I believe Nick Lascatello has a younger brother that will be coming into the program as well. So,
and a great leader to learn from. So hopefully they'll be there together. I'm not sure what the age difference is.
So that concludes the 165-pound final. A solid 10-1 win, Ethan Dowling over Nick Lascatello.
Great job there by both men, but he walks away the winner. Going to head to the 175 championship here. Andrew Phillip from Minisink versus Jimmy Dolan from Pequannock.
It's going to be really interesting. I mean, I haven't really seen Phillip wrestle too much. Maybe I saw him wrestle last year here in the tournament. But easily, pardon me, easily Jimmy Dolan in that Jason Petrosky match could have been the final.
I'm telling you right now, we talked about it a little bit off. We talked about everything we're doing. We think if Petrosky loses a little bit, he'll be a better shot at 165, just by his admission. I know when I spoke with him at my preview video, I kind of talked to him a little off camera. I asked what he was doing. He mentioned to me he was actually wrestling with their sophomore, I think he was a sophomore freshman heavyweight who was about 60, 70 pounds heavier because he wanted to get stronger. He wanted to get stronger against a bigger kid and teach him and work it out as we start here. 0-0.
Now, and you're going to see Petrosky's already, I'm looking over at the third, fourth place match as well, and Petrosky already has a takedown 10 seconds into the match. So you know he's probably going to win that match handily over Knapp. Knapp, a very good wrestler as well, coming in as a junior. But here, Dolan in the finals, I know preseason was ranked 5th in the state.
And speaking with him, I think the biggest thing, I asked him coming into his senior year, what did you want to change? Because, he had a good run last year. He went to Region 1, wound up losing to Della. I'm going to horribly. He was from St. Joe Moffitt. I'm seeing him right now. I can't remember his name. And I had asked him what kind of was. He was saying his mindset. He just, the grind. So he's kind of focused on that a little bit. He has the talent. He has the tools. He has the pedigree. His father being the former longtime Roxbury coach.
And a really good coach for Roxbury.
Very good coach for Roxbury. And very great guy. Like, you have people who are kind of, not putting anybody out there, but, you have coaches you kind of deal with. You're just kind of like, all right, we're good. But he's very nice, says hello, sees me all the time, shakes my hand. He doesn't have to now. He's, doing that. But, yeah.
Well, I think Coach Dolan won, 3 sectional titles for Roxbury? Yeah. Was it 3? I almost want to say 5. But
he was also there when Arda Glare went to the state finals twice.
And won it.
Yeah.
Both times, yep.
I mean, really good run. He had the Reamers, the Stanges, so they were down in AC well represented, and they were one of the best teams, what you want to say, from 2012 to about 18 range there. They had a really good run, and multiple times you had the, Scott Jaros and all those kids, coming through, running through everything. So, and then Vasquez as well, Tyler's older brother.
Tyler, yep. So I don't know. It's going to be tough to score if he has a front head on his knees. He really has to be on his toes, get that head in the hole and move. So 0-0 after the first period. I think this is going to be a tight, fun match.
There was a little scramble going on, but they just couldn't. Nobody could capitalize it. Like you said, the constant movement. Nobody stopped moving, and it just kept sliding through. So there were some bad moments and good moments for each one. So we'll see if Dolan can do something here on top, or he's going to get out. Doesn't want to give up the 2, but he wants to hold on to that leg.
Now, and he can't hold on too long because technically that will be a stall. So he's got to transition. Also, after 0-0 in the first period, when you saw the choice, Minisink Valley chose down. And reason being, if it's going to be a tight match and it goes to overtime, in the ultimate tiebreaker, first to score gets choice.
Exactly.
And you're going to see an escape here, which Barry Jackson just awarded. So, minute 32 into the second period, and it's 1-0 Andrew Philippe.
Okay, good. I didn't know what he was thinking. I'm pretty sure they gave him the 1. Philippe's aggressive. I'll give him that. Listen, all these Minisink wrestlers are.
Right. Like I said, they're a very talented
Aggressive
squad. Yeah. And I wonder, like right now, you just saw Andrew Philippe take a shot, kind of just took another half shot there. A lot of times, officials now, it's kind of like, I don't know if it's a written or unwritten rule, but if you shoot 3 times in a row without your opponent shooting, they hit you with a stall call.
It's funny you mentioned that because we talked about that last year. I saw that they. I don't remember what match it was, but I thought the ref was going to get shot because it was 2 shots. The other kid didn't do anything, and so they go to this third period, and literally as the whistle starts, the kid shot across, and the other kid sprawled to go around, and they banged him.
Yeah, that could have been me.
Was that you?
No, I don't. It could have been. Yeah, there were 2
It was one
matches.
of them that was just very suspect. It was like it was a break. It wasn't like it was boom, boom, boom. It was 2, and then the start of the next period, they went to do something on the whistle, and it was like mid-move, they hit the kid with a stalling, and he's like...
That happened to us, and this happened to us too. Same kind of thing. Kid shot in once, right? Didn't take us down. We defended. Shot in a second time, took us down. We stand up, escape. The kid shoots in again, hits us with a stall. I'm like, wait, he took us down. So it's supposed to be consecutive on your feet.
Yeah.
If they take you down, then that kind of eliminates that.
1-0 here, Philippe, as we enter the third.
Yep. And I fully expect this match to be tied within less than a minute.
Unless he goes for the 2.
Oh, that would be nice.
Unless he goes for the 2.
Dolan could have it. Well, right there, I could have saw him popping a half and definitely getting the 2 there. So tied at 1.
Great job by Philippe not letting that happen.
This is kind of like what I tell our wrestlers. Right now, you're looking at 1:30 left in the match. 1 good setup, 1 good shot. Take them down. Let's be victorious here.
There you go.
Because I think if you take them down at this point in the match, you can control for a little bit. By the time you give up that next point, it's going to be you're putting a sense of urgency on the other wrestler.
You're down 1 with about 30 seconds left. He's going to be aggressive trying to push it.
Yep, and your shots won't be as clean when you do that. So Dolan spiking the ankle. Yeah, I like that, how he stepped over, sucked the ankle in on that single leg. He hasn't been able to finish yet. He needs 2 hands on the leg. And it looks like Philippe keeps breaking the grip and then crowded him in. So really, really nice defensive job by Andrew Philippe from Menacing Valley over Jim Dolan. So we're just under a minute left in this match. I think it's going to get exciting. This one could definitely go into overtime.
I think this might be our first overtime.
Yep.
Now I'm going to speak it into existence, but we'll see what happens.
Well, we're down to 40 seconds, so it's either going to be a late takedown or we're going to OT. Smart. Dolan goes back to the middle of the mat, making sure he's wrestling there. He's not stalling.
Yeah, I almost seemed like Dolan seemed a little discombobulated there. Like he's getting the quick shots, like it was throwing him off. So I think it kind of helped him reset a little bit there, back in the middle.
We're looking with only 15 seconds left in a match. Shot, reshot.
Philippe's looking. They're going for something here. Philippe's trying. Philippe's got something locked.
He's got a cradle locked. No awards pointed yet as Dolan's in the switch position until he's exposed. I don't see any exposure yet, and that's time. I would have no takedown, but there's definitely going to be an argument here.
We're going to see what's going to happen here.
There's a confrontation right now by Bob Malillo and Barry Jackson. And the answer
no point.
Is no
They're going to say
takedown.
no. Wow, we're going to overtime here. They didn't give it to him. And this Medicine coach is not happy with the officiating. First, there was that call on the outside.
And that was that earlier call where it was hot too, yeah. So I don't blame him. His kid had a cradle locked up on him.
He just couldn't get him
coming in, inside the leg there, and he just wasn't getting his back exposed enough to where it would have been criteria. But here it goes, same almost position, came over the head. He didn't. Reshot by Dolan, coming in tough as Philippe.
And I'll tell you what, that's great footwork there by Dolan to not get bowled over as you're getting bum rushed there.
And he did get bum rushed earlier, same kind of position. Oh, there it was.
Oh.
Came in for the chin whip, couldn't finish it as Dolan was trying to come behind to finish that.
Wow, nice little scramble there on the edge.
So here we go. We got under 30 seconds left in the first overtime.
Wow.
If it's tied at the end of this period, the coin flip will take place, and then person could choose to either take top, bottom, or defer.
And that's where it's going to come into what we talked about.
2 30-second overtimes. It's tied at the end of that. It will come down to the ultimate tiebreaker. And that first point was critical, and that was scored by Philippe.
Yeah, that's good. It's going to change how you have to wrestle this if it gets that far. But
Looks like it. We've got 5 seconds left.
and I don't think anybody could do anything crazy here in these last couple seconds.
Wow. Really impressive scrambles by both guys. So the flip came, it goes green, and he's going to choose to go right down on bottom. So there's a full 30 seconds. It doesn't matter who scores and what happens. You have to wrestle all 30 seconds. That will also be the same thing that's going to happen in the third technical overtime. So Philippe does a nice job getting to his feet. Dolan catches the cutback leg. He's hanging on the leg. You got the Minnesink fans yelling, stalling behind me. And understandably, but it changes a little bit in overtime. But he is hanging, and wow, Barry Jackson calls the stalemate and not the stall.
He wants the action.
Which I'm fine with, but you had their fans and their coach calling for the stall call, and he turns around and stalls
How
it.
many times do we hear
You don't need it in this situation. Again, Dolan catches the cutback leg. It looked like Philippe tried to elevate him. Didn't work. He's sitting on his rear end. The time will expire.
Great job by Dolan there.
Really nice
Keeping him
job.
down.
Really nice job riding him out.
Now he's got a chance where this is where he needs to win it because I think it might be tough, especially going in that 30. If he takes down, he's already,
Well, it's going to be tough because now it's a full 30 out now, so it doesn't matter. We got to go to the full 30.
Yes.
If it's tied, you go to the UTB,
If
which
the
is the ultimate tiebreaker.
UTB, that's what I'm worried about. I think Dolan wants to get up here and
But
try to clear
I
it.
think Minisink's going to take down.
Exactly.
And he did ride him out then, but it's going to be tougher to do it a second time.
Oh, it's always hard to do a second time. Sneak his head out here.
He's out. He's out. Come on, Dolan. Oh, he's close, right on the edge of the mat. And Philippe just barely caught that cutback leg as they went out of bounds. So
Barely, just recovered.
barely recovering on it. We've got 8 seconds left for Dolan to get out, who is just a hair away of escaping on that.
And you have to figure he's going to choose down. Minnesink is.
I would assume
Dolan's
so.
busting his butt to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? He's
How
gotta-
much energy are you wasting?
Exactly.
Yeah. So Dolan's to his feet. He's going to just catch that cutback leg again. Scramble on the mat, and Dolan just couldn't get his leg out. Here we go. Ultimate tiebreaker. Minnesink scores first, and as you and I both called it, Philippe takes down. I don't know why, but Barry Jackson's gone to the table. That gives Jimmy Dolan a second to catch his breath here. So now, here we go. It's 30 seconds, do or die. In the UTB, bottom guy escapes within the 30 seconds, automatic win, match stops. If the full 30 goes and Dolan rides him out for 30, he's going to be the champion here today at Kittatinny. And an excellent mat return by Jimmy Dolan. Excellent.
I'm wondering why, with everything Dolan's doing, keeping him down, drive
Catching
him
the
through.
cutback leg, drive in there and a scramble again. Nothing yet, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good.
They gave him the
Gave him
two.
the two, and that's the match. So very well wrestled. Congratulations to both gentlemen.
Your winner at 175, Andrew Philippe from Minnesink Valley.
All right, I'm going to take a quick pause, and I'm going to try to coach.
Thank you, Coach, for jumping in here.
You need me to come back? I'll come back.
We're going to head to our 190-pound first place matchup between Tyler Lockburner of Kittatinny versus Mike Lounsbury of Minnesink Valley. Speaking of Kittatinny, thank you to Renee Doling and the Kittatinny fans for having us here and the Boots Club. Also, big thank you to the following sponsors: Kittatinny Chiropractic and Wellness Center, LC Service, Michael J. Lacken Construction, Kramer Landscaping, and especially Nelson Painting. Family owned and operated, huge supporters of Kittatinny Wrestling. Indoor, outdoor, residential, commercial painting, 25 years in business, Nelson Painting. Also, the Harrington Companies. Thank you so much for your support this season, as well as Dan Wernickoff, champion athlete. The best nutrition man I know in the business, Dan Wernickoff. Now, 190. Tyler Lockburner in the blue tights, and Michael Lounsbury from Minnesink Valley in the green. Lounsbury faking up top, trying to go for a shot. A little aggressive pace here early in the. Both men looking to get better position. A lot of position and not so much action so far, but nobody wants to get tied up in anything. Good. Both men back and forth. Going to be scoreless heading into the second. Lockburner's going to take defer. Lounsbury's going to take defense.
The 175 pounds of Randall and Roxbury High School to the middle stand, please. 175 pounds of Randall and Roxbury High School to the middle stand, please.
Got that wrist trying to get it. Works on a tilt to the back. Running something. He's got it underneath it. Trying to run it, but he's doesn't have the arm posted. If you can get that elbow posted, if he has wrist control, he can turn that, get it down, and try to roll him. Nice switch there. If he can get the leverage, he just let go of that wrist. If he had that wrist, it might have been a. Oh, I think we got a stalemate here. Try to keep him down. There we go. Nice. Leg grapevine. Brings him back down. Trying to post, get that elbow control. He's got the wrist underneath. If he could bring that back, pull it under, and try to work a half and roll through on the other side. I'm wondering if they're going to maybe bang him for Menacing Valley for stalling. He's trying, but he's not really making a maneuver, a move up. See if they keep telling him to work. Got that one arm. He's trying to let him get up, though. He's not putting the pressure on. See if he can bait him into something here. He's trying to get some sort of roll here, but just great defense there by Lounsbury, not being able to get turned as we head to the third. An amazing job by Lockburner to hold him down for 2 periods, for 1 period. So Start of the third here. We're going back and forth here. Lockburner almost out. Looks like he could try that. I got to make sure he doesn't get too low. There we go. They should give him the one there. It's even. Lockburner's going to take a 1-0 lead. Minute 30 left here in the third. Lockburner's been super tough to get in on. Lockburner whipped the tie up. I'm not sure he wants that unless he's looking to try to set something up. Got to keep some eyes on him. Great job there. He's got the under. If he can, he's going to try to reach for the back leg if he can, or he's just going to sit down on it, see if he can get a takedown. See if he reaches here for a leg or a throw by maybe. Now they're up into the body. Both are wrestling here. Lockburner can hold him in here. Going to try to go back for that leg. See if he can hold him. He doesn't really got to do anything here. He's going to win this 1-0. Lockburner did a great job. Great job by Tyler Lockburner. He is your champion at 190. 215. Ethan Gallo from Minisink Valley. Jacob Hatchman from Belvedere.
I'm going to have to go. Thank you.
But Ethan Gallo here. Minisink Valley. Jacob Hatchman, Belvedere. The big men. Ready to fight. This is my cup of tea. Nice takedown there. Quick takedown there by Gallo. He lets him up. Going to go back at Hatchman. Nice double leg takedown. Runs it straight through. See if he holds it here. He's got the arm. Trying to run it over. Got the pin. Wow, he got the pin in 26 seconds. Great job by Ethan Gallo there with a win over Jacob Hackman. Now remember, fans, click on our social medias. GardenStateHSWrestling.com on Facebook, at Garden State HS Wrestling HSW on Twitter, at Garden State HS Wrestling on Instagram. And your video you're watching us on now, that little bottom, click on that link, hit that button. Like and subscribe. You'll have access not only to our live streams, you'll have access to my preview videos, my weekly podcast I do, as well as all the stuff and content we post all the time. We are the place you want to go for your local wrestling. And don't forget, while we're here, we'll talk a little bit about some of our sponsors. Kittatinny Chiropractic and Wellness Center is a proud sponsor of the Linn Crawn Memorial Tournament. We'd like to wish all the wrestlers good luck. We provide chiropractic care to the community with over 81 years of combined chiropractic experience. They can help you feel better today. At Kittatinny Chiropractic, we got your back. LC Service. Stop in the LC Service for all your complete truck and auto repair needs. Since 1964 in a little town, you'll always get big-time service where everyone is treated like family. LC Service. Michael J. Lacken Construction. Serving our communities for over 30 years. Big jobs, small jobs, any jobs. Michael J. Lacken Construction. Kramer Landscaping, serving Morris and Sussex County for all your landscaping needs. 20 years in business this year. Please give us a call. We will help you make your landscaping needs come to fruition. And Nelson Painting, 25 years in business, family owned and operated. Indoor, outdoor, residential, commercial painting. Huge supporters of the Kittatinny wrestling community. Nelson Painting. And as well, Dan Wernickoff, champion athletes, the man I go to for all my nutrition needs, and the Harrington Companies for all the support and stuff they've done this year. Thank you, Harrington Companies. Getting ready and set up for the finals of the heavyweight match. It's going to be J.J. Wohlers of North Warren versus Bradley Maines of Sparta. And on a note, for all booster clubs in the area and interested in having their wrestling covered, click on the email admin@gardenstatehswrestling.com. We'll come cover your matches. We'll come with the camera crew. We'll come with myself and a commentator. We'll film. We have the graphics. We have sponsorships available. We put it up there. Why go with the goof when I deal with and proof? I am the best person to do this for wrestling. Give us a call. GardenStateHSWrestling.com. Competitive prices, better experience. Don't worry about multiple different ways of doing things or trying to get too much covered. I don't care about the other sports. I'm the wrestling guy, and I'm proud of it. So when you want your wrestling covered, you don't go to a guy who deals in tennis. Come to the wrestling guy. GardenStateHSWrestling.com. We're just waiting up here on the third place match at 2:15. I also want to give a big thank you, too, before we get everything rolling, again, to Renee Dalling. She is the reason, fans, especially Kittatinny fans, that I am here today. She helped me out with getting everything together, and she's the reason we're here today, and we're going to be here on the 5th for the big match with Newton. So not only are we here today, January 5th against the rival Newton, we will be here at GardenStateHSWrestling.com covering that match. We're going to head to the final now as they just finished up on the match. We're going to have the big men. 285. I guess J.J. Wohlers of North Warren, Bradley Maines of Sparta. A matchup not only we see here, we could possibly see in the HWS coming forward. So Maines in the white, Wohlers in the red, white, and blue.
Let's go, Aiden.
Both big bulls jockeying for position. Maines, one of the main football players on the Sparta team this year. Wohlers going, but beautiful recovery there by Maines. Gets the takedown. Nice mat return there, but Maines planting the elbow, trying to go for a power half. 2-0 here, 1 minute left. Readjusts. I'm going to try for the power half again. See if he can run it here. Didn't have a nice plant there, but he's going to run it. Nice escape there by Wohlers. Nice go behind there by Maines. Going to run the score to 4-1. 15 seconds left here in the first. Trying for a tilt. They might have the hands. Abel just doesn't have great leverage right there, so probably just hold it here for the last 7 seconds. And we're going to get the second period with Maines leading 4-1. Maines defers. Wohlers is going to take down. Wohlers up to his feet and out very quick. Cuts it to 4-2. Wohlers in trying to get that double. See if we get a nice throw by here. But both men jockeying for position. Resetting here in the middle, 4-2. Minute and 20 left in the second. Wohlers in with the single leg. Tried to go for a throw takedown, but Maine's recover looked like he had the out, but his knee hit. They're going to get a restart here. As we got Maine's throwing the back here, we're going to get the points, see if he can get him rolled over. He's got gets the pin. Gets the pin here. He closes it out. Maine's with the emphatic pin here. He's your winner. We're going to get the team scores here as we come up. Do the social media. If you want to follow us on social media, GardenStateHSWrestling.com, Garden State HS Wrestling on Twitter, Garden State HS Wrestling on Instagram, Garden State HS Wrestling on Instagram, and click and like and subscribe on YouTube. Click and like and subscribe on YouTube for all your content needs. We're back here. Matt side, great job. We're waiting on the team scores here from everything. We're going to basically get that done. Once again, I want to thank some people here. I want to thank Renee Dolling for helping out with this. I want to thank our sponsors. I'm going to read their list off, so don't laugh. We had so many of them. Kittatinny Chiropractic and Wellness Center is a proud sponsor of this Linn Crawn Memorial Tournament, and they'd like to wish all the wrestlers good luck. They provide chiropractic care to the community with over 81 years of combined chiropractic experience and can help you feel better today. At Kittatinny Chiropractic, we got your back. LC Service. Stop into the LC Service for all your complete truck and auto repair needs. Since 1964, in a little town, you'll get big-time service where everyone is treated like family. LC Service. The Michael J. Lacking Construction Company, serving the community for over 30 years. For all your construction needs, Michael J. Lacking. Kramer Landscaping, serving Morris and Sussex County for over 20 years in business this year. For all your landscaping needs, Kramer Landscaping. And Nelson Painting, 25 years in business, family owned and operated. Huge supporters of Kittatinny Wrestling, indoor, outdoor, professional, commercial painting and such. Nelson Painting, that's your place to go. And, of course, my sponsors, Dan Warnikoff, Champion Athletes, Harrington Businesses, and like I said, Renee Dolling, but most importantly, you guys for tuning in. Special Linn Crawn pulling this together. But before we leave, we're going to try to get the team scores. Belvedere High School won the Sportsmanship Award. I think Belvedere High School is halfway home by now. But we're going to get some final scores. Booton was 10th. Morris Hills was 9th. Pequannock was 8th. 7th was Mendham. North Warren was 6th. 5th was 83 points, Sparta. 4th, Randolph. 3rd was Roxbury. Kittatinny finished 2nd. And Minnesink Valley will win it again. So the next time we're on the air is Friday night. We're going to be traveling down to the big matchup Shaney Dunn and I will be on the call for the big Warren Hills at Mount Olive matchup. Friday night, we'll have the link up and everything. But for my crew, for everybody else here, we'll see you then. Everybody who's been helping out, thank you so much. This is Donald J. Brower. We'll see you next time.